Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Boku no Hero Academia, aka My Hero Academia, Chapter 38. Okay, and in the beginning of this chapter, we actually got a glimpse of Shigaraki watching the match between Izuku and Todoroki, so that was interesting. That was definitely interesting. All right, so clearly this guy, he does have a vested interest. I mean, it's only natural that he does since Izuku and Todoroki are the ones who tried to go up against him before. But I like the fact that he's actually keeping tabs on them to see what it is that they can do. He's not so cocky and arrogant as, I mean, he is cocky and arrogant, but not to the level where he's just going to completely ignore these two. And he's actually paying attention so that he can get information on them, right? So I like that. Right. Though I mean, he still doesn't think they can do anything, but yeah, he's a villain. He's got to have confidence, right? Um, anyway, we see him, we see All Might, and he claims that that Izuku and Todoroki are somehow linked, perhaps by fate. Who knows? Um, what exactly that link is? I mean, it can literally be anything. Okay, it really could. Um, I mean, there's no point in even trying to figure out what this link is because it could legitimately be anything. Maybe one of them is going to save the other's life. Maybe one of them is going to kill the other. Maybe one of them is going to turn into a villain. And like, I mean, there are so many things it could be. Maybe I don't even. It could be anything. All right, so there's no point harping in that. Um, uh, I might as well just go and talk about the fight. The fight is the fight in this chapter is actually really simple. Okay, Todoroki would send a blast of ice at Izuku, and Izuku would sacrifice a finger to smash it. Okay, and that's what happened over and over and over. Okay, the choreography for this fight isn't really anything special because it's the same sequence on repeat. Ice, smash, ice, smash, ice, smash. Throw in some dialogue there, throw in a dodge or two, okay? The choreography is really simple, okay? Now, the interesting thing about this exchange is when Bakugo shows up, and he brings up the fact that quirks are actually physical abilities, and just like other physical abilities, they have their limits as well, alright? Because Kirishima thought that Todoroki could just send off as much ice as he wanted to, but that's not the case, okay? He can only use but so much ice before his body temperature decreases to a point where he can't fight anymore. Okay? And we see that happen in this chapter, though. I mean, obviously or not Bakugo, obviously Izuku looks much worse than Todoroki does. He's lost both hands and arm. But he himself has noticed that Todoroki has reached his limit, so he seems to have a plan of some sort. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure at some point he'll end up using his legs to attack. And since your legs are more powerful than your arms, um, I think that might catch Todoroki by surprise. The strength of that leg smash, I guess. Um, but he definitely has a plan of some sort. Um, it's actually kind of interesting because he goes and talks to Todoroki and says that, everyone is giving it their all, but you're the only one trying to use half of your power, okay? And it sounds like he's trying to tell Todoroki to use his left side, despite knowing that Todoroki doesn't want to use his left side, despite knowing why he doesn't want to use his left side, okay? So maybe he's trying to convince him that uh, it's okay to use his left side because he's not the same as his father and he never will be. Maybe he's trying to tell him that he doesn't need to use his left side the way his father intended him to. Though that one's a little bit more of a stretch because Todoroki's goal is to become number one. And Endeavor wants him to become number one. So if he uses his fire half in order to become number one, he is doing what his father wanted him to do. So, maybe he's trying to. I'd say he's trying to make Todoroki accept that using his fire half doesn't make him any different, and that he's not who his father wants him to be. Like, I mean, it's kind of confusing what he's trying to do here. I mean, I understand where he's coming from in the beginning, where he says everyone's going all out, and you're like kind of insulting everybody by only using half your power. You know, that's definitely true. But Izuku knows why he's not using his left side, and to tell him to use it is kind of insulting Todoroki, because he knows why Todoroki isn't using it. So, I mean, he's got some plan, and Todoroki says it too. He's planning something. It's just not really clear at all what his plan revolves around. Maybe is it the words? Is he trying to provoke Todoroki into messing up, or is he trying to draw him in? Does his plan involve an attack of some sort, like using his legs? I mean, I'm definitely intrigued to see what's going to happen next week, because I've looked at this from a couple different scenarios, and I'm still not sure which one. Not Daisuke Ashihara. Horikoshi. There we go, Horikoshi. I have no idea which one Horikoshi's going to go with. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm just like, at this point, all I would really be doing is just rambling. So, I mean, I threw out a few different scenarios there. We'll see which one Horikoshi decides to go with, if any of those at all. He may have something completely different planned. So, I'm definitely interested to see what happens next week. But for this week, I'll give the chapter a 7.5 out of 10. I liked some of the art here. I really did. The fight was pretty simple, but it looked good at least. Plus, I like the mystery of what Izuku is planning. So I'll give the chapter a 7.5 out of 10. Also Bakugo, just stepping in and setting Kirishima straight, talking about physical limits and all that. But yeah, I'll give the chapter a 7.5 out of 10, and that's that, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at BlacklistOTA. And I'll see you guys next time.